So moving on to the next film, this is actually more of a recent release, came out this week. It's Bumblebee, the latest addition to the Transformers franchise. It's been going on for a long time now. It's like sixth entry to the franchise, but surprisingly, this is probably the first one that's actually decent.
I mean, okay, no, you can't completely disregard the first movie.
First one was
movie
okay,
good.
yeah. First one, it wasn't great, but
I liked the first one.
I just think the follow-ups just killed the first. I think there's so much
it was
garbage.
Just going like down and down and down and down with every single.
The first one on its own is actually pretty good, but the rest of it is just so bad. It kind of eradicates.
Drags it down and is like, you're coming with us.
So this film looks at the adventures of Bumblebee, who is one of the main characters in the original bunch of films, the Yellow Beetle. Everyone knows him.
He's an original Transformer, as the Hasbro.
Yeah, he is the Transformer. Yeah. So this looks at, it's like a prequel. So it looks at his journey to Earth in the 80s and the friendship he builds and how he, becomes what he was. So I'll throw it over to you, Eleni. This is pretty fresh to you, isn't it? Kind of saw it yesterday.
Yeah, so I saw it last night, and I was again pleasantly surprised. I
mean, the critical reviews on Rotten Tomatoes, like
I'm so surprised because when I follow like Transformers and Transformers cards and everything on Instagram, so they've been advertising this for months and like showing trailer after trailer, and I'm just like. Really?
I've
been
burnt too many times.
I know. I'm like after the Marky Mark thing, I'm not okay with Transformers right now.
Yeah.
Like I just you want to go back to the original 80s cartoon stuff and be like, this is where it was.
This is what Bumblebee kind of does in a sense, doesn't it?
It does, and I really like that. I love the fact that he turns into a Volkswagen Beetle.
Yeah, but that's the original, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. So it does kick back to that, and I like that there's some continuity between like this one and the first film.
Yeah, the law is a bit. We'll talk about that later on. How that.
But I mean, starters, there's no Michael Bay, so he's a producer, but he's not directing.
You can definitely tell Travis Knight.
You can tell that Travis Knight has definitely toned it down in terms of there's still a lot of explosions and stuff.
Of course, but that's bound to be.
You've got like alien robots fighting each other with missiles and stuff.
So. But just the nature of the film is totally different. The action set pieces are there, but it's not overly done, and the jokes are a lot more. They're not less crude. There's no crude. Yeah, it's innocent jokes. There's no, they've toned down on the sexuality of the movie, which is surprisingly sexual for like a 12A movie.
Yeah,
Michael Bay
and
fans.
I really like Hailey Steinfeld actually. Like as.
Oh yeah, she's definitely a lot more relatable.
She's really sweet and she's quite cute, and I've seen her in other things, like she's in Pitch Perfect, and there was some other like a secret agent film that I watched her in, which is hilariously bad. But I think she does really well because a lot of the time she's the only one on screen.
She's her
Bumblebee, which is basically a tennis ball on a stick. Yeah. So and she's got to have these incredibly emotional scenes with a tennis ball, and she does fantastically well.
I think I've got right here is Charlie. It is her name, Charlie, right?
Yeah, Charlie.
She's a lot more relatable than LaBeouf or LaBeouf from like he was just such a he was just such a character. I mean, he started off well, but eventually just became just a caricature of himself.
Because he was really funny in the first film.
Yeah, but then they
just overplayed it.
So in this film, she's definitely a lot more relatable, a lot more likable. Definitely, like you kind of relate and you can understand why. She's who she is, and you kind of want to support her. Like in the other Transformers films, forget this guy, hope he dies. I don't care. But yeah, I got that. What did I put down? Cybertron. I love the Cybertron.
I did like the Cybertron scene.
I would have liked to see a bit more of that, to be honest. But hopefully, they might.
I think the thing that they've talked about with the whole Transformers thing is like when they had the TV show and they had the films and stuff, they had to put humans in because it was like otherwise it's not relatable.
I suppose I can see that angle because how much of humans he put in, which I think is what the later Transformers films got wrong. They kind of put a bit too much focus on the humans and the Transformers supporting cast.
Yeah, because I love that. Like I love Bumblebee. Bumblebee has hands down my favorite Transformer.
Yeah.
And his character development throughout the film is done really well because like he like loses his memory cells and has to like loses the voice box, which is the one good bit of continuity between this one and the first Transformers movie. But I think like the development between him and Charlie is really nice, and the relationship that they build together, and then him gradually getting back his memory and going from this kind of fish out of water character, like I don't know what anything is, going back to like I'm a soldier, I am here to protect Earth. This Earth is worth protecting
I think,
because of this girl.
Speaking of soldiers, I mentioned to John Cena.
I didn't see him.
Yeah, I don't know. He was on the credit. I'm like, who is this guy?
I didn't see him at all. I haven't seen him in any of the trailers.
I think John Cena, I mean, he's a funny actor, but I think these kind of roles are perfect for him. Playing the military guy. I mean, in other films he's just purely there for the butt of the joke. But I think here, these kind of roles are perfect for the guy. He does what he does.
Yeah, I mean, actually, I think he's pretty good at the comedy stuff. Like, he's got pretty good comedy muscle, I guess.
But I think he's like made for these kind of roles, and he fit perfectly.
Because he's like big and
exactly, and he's got a military history, so he knows how to do these roles. So he was great, and whenever he was in it, he was pretty jokes. And I do love the scene where he calls the fact out that they're called Decepticons. They're called Decepticons.
Yeah, it's like it's literally in the name.
Yeah, exactly.
Why are we believing them?
So points for John Cena for punching out.
I like the subtlety of S7.
Or Sector 7.
Sector 7. You just all kind of saw it on there. They didn't make a big deal of it, like with Sector 7.
What did it become? Is it Sector 11 or something?
No, it's Sector 7. So it gets shut down after the first movie. But I was like, I liked that they didn't rub it in your face.
Yeah, it's just S7.
It's just literally S7 on the like uniform and on the.
And I think they mentioned Stanley Tucci's character, right? Whoever he is. Who does he play? He becomes a scientist in the later movies. Forgot his name. But I think they mentioned him as an Easter egg here. Maybe some other character. But anyway, on the negatives, I have to say the army's pretty dumb.
Oh yeah.
I didn't like the dumbness of the army. They just gave the Decepticons access to everything. I'm like,
have all of our communications.
Even though John Cena said, I'm going to call him John Cena. I don't know who the character's name was. He did say they're called Decepticons, but they still give them access to everything. And then when they stab in the back as they decept people, it's like, oh no, who saw that? I did not see that coming. But I think a lot of the action there is because it's not a complicated film. So the enemy is pretty predictable. You know what's going to happen. The army is done for a reason to move the plot along. If they're competent, then the film would end at the beginning. So but doesn't mean I don't like it. So.
I mean, you've got to have like a little bit of dumbness to make the story flow. My main issue, as is with most films, is continuity. When they go and make a prequel, they just go, oh, I'm just going to make a prequel and I don't really care, or I'm going to make a sequel to Star Wars and not really relate it to anything that's happened already. And I mean, you can't do that. You need to make it align.
Last Jedi would always burn.
Yeah, and so like in the The Last Night was the last Transformers movie to come out, the one with Anthony Hopkins and
Isabella
the watch that killed Hitler.
They never explained that. I was looking forward to that in this film.
But like, I'm pretty sure there was like a poster with Bumblebee on it from like one of the like a World War II poster. Or
yeah, they did. They did. There was in The Last Night. There is a scene where Bumblebee defeats the Nazis,
or so, like something along those lines. And that's just. But he arrives in the 80s. So that doesn't really line up.
Yeah.
And the voice box thing is basically the only thing that does. And then there was something else as well.
When the Autobots arrive.
When the Autobots, because in the first movie you see them arrive. There's like, here they arrive in the 80s?
Yeah, I think Optimus has hinted that he's here already. He doesn't make it, but you kind of see that he's on Earth already.
But you see him arrive in the first movie, and then like he's next to the truck.
That's the one other thing I put down as a negative, is the lore is kind of all over the place now. So I think they're trying to do it as like a kind of a reboot in a sense, just eradicate the Bay disaster essentially. But I don't think they really confirmed that yet.
It's gonna be X-Men Days of Future Past.
Yeah, Bumblebee's gonna go back in the past, but I think that's definitely they have acknowledged it. They're saying we're not really too sure how this will, because it kind of kills the entire rhetoric of the first movie of how they arrive.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but I think just roll with it. It's a comics. It's what they can do. They can just retcon it and just move along. It doesn't really bother me. It's just a Transformers legacy. It's not like they're ruining a Star Wars storyline. It's a lot more.
Yeah, I feel like as soon as they made the first Transformers movie, they lost quite a few of their original, like the toy fans and the cartoon fans.
Now it's just
and like, I mean, Michael Bay was getting death threats when the script leaked for the first one.
I'm not saying I didn't send anybody, no.
I had nothing to do with it. But yeah, I think this doesn't have such a cult following in the movies as maybe some other franchises do. So they have that kind of the warranty and the kind of creative freedom to do that.
Right, awesome. So let's wrap this up. I'll hand you off because I did the last one first. It's a quick summary.
Is Bumblebee her dad now?
Adopted dad who left her.
Daddy,
yeah.
Bumble dad.
I
don't know. It was good.
Yeah. I mean, if I could review, I would probably say it is like the first one. Finally, Transformers, about time. Like, you've taken 5 movies of like averageness to kind of release something that's really liked by fans and critics alike.
And on par with the first one.
I think it's better than the first one. Actually, my first one was really funny in its own sense.
I loved the first one.
But like I said, the subsequent release kind of just ruined its legacy. Yeah. Okay, so we'll move on to our final.